often asked the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now. Welcome to the American Dream.
The American Dream.
You're watching The American Dream?
The American Dream.
Showing you the real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
Let's get this party started right now.
Let's go do this.
It is heating up once again.
We're the Davids going up against the Goliath. Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts.
The staple of the neighborhood. Can't wait to present it to you.
It's all about lifestyle.
In your community.
That's what this show, The American Dream, is all about. Cheers to your American Dream.
I'm your sparkling host, Joanna Concepcion, your local lifestyle and real estate expert. And this is The American Dream. Today, we're going to the world of comedian Mark Viera, backstage, on stage, and in the streets that raised him. You're going to see the man, the laugh, and the love behind it all. Some people grew up with dreams. Mark Viera grew up with something stronger. People who believed in him before he ever believed in himself. In the Bronx, raised by his abuelita and Papi Tony, Mark didn't just find laughter. He found purpose, strength, and a reason to rise. They gave everything so he could choose anything. And when he chose comedy, they never flinched. Today, we return to where it all began. This is a story about a legacy being built, laughter, and the love that launched a dream. Can you take us back to growing up in the Bronx? How was it living here with your grandparents?
Growing up here, honestly, is the shape of exactly like what I am. You know, this area, this neighborhood, this building, you know, it's like as far back as I can remember, it's been right here. Like, it makes me happy, you know, to be back home. This is the roots of Mark Viera is right here, you know, and it all starts in this building.
So tell us a little bit about your grandma, your abuelita.
So there's two sides to that coin, right? It was my grandmother, my grandfather, and my grandmother, abuelita, was, you know, she was like the matriarch of this neighborhood. And she was very highly respected. You know, nobody ever tried to rob her, you know. That wasn't a thing back then. You know, it really wasn't a thing back then. So she walked every day to the 6 train from here, which is about 7-8 long blocks away in this kind of weather. You know, for 40 years, she worked for one company and she took the subway, never took out a ride to there, never got a ride back. So that kind of, you know, that kind of struggle, that kind of hard work, that's the lasting thing with my grandmother. You know, she was the GOAT. She was the greatest of all time. And it wasn't just how she loved me, it was how she taught me through her ethic. You know, her work ethic is my work ethic, because how can I have less than that?
What about Papa Tony? Tell us how he influenced you.
Okay, Papi Tony was, you know, I say it because I think he deserves it. He's the only father that I ever knew. My dad was not in the picture at all. But I also am mature enough now to understand that my father fought in Vietnam. You know, he returned home a shell of a man, because I think that's what war does to some people. So he had incredibly bad PTSD before PTSD was a thing. You know, so my grandfather stepped in and was you know, that still wasn't my dad. He was just the father figure, you know, that I'm grateful that he took on that role, because it shaped me. Like my grandfather constantly teaching lessons. See, my grandfather fought in Korea with the Borinqueniers. How lucky was I to even have that man love me? And this is a thing, even though he wasn't my dad, he loved me without any conditions. And that's why I wanted to be such a great daddy, because of him.
really one wish that my grandfather was still alive, so I could tell him that information. Cause my grandfather was my dude. Like that was my guy, man. You know, I didn't have a dad, but I had him. So I always had pride telling him stuff, man. It would have been so dope.
Mark, so when you go on stage, do you feel and still feel the presence of your abuelita and Papa Tony?
I do. I don't feel necessarily like their presence the whole time on stage or before, but because I include them a lot in my storyline, when I bring them up, I know that everything that they inspired in me, everything that they taught me, wanted me to be, I'm being. So I'm on stage, but they're there with me. So when I talk about them, you can see always that I fully embrace the characters because I want the audience to love them like I did.
The Latin assassin, New York king of comedy. Start up your hands, for Mark Viera!
So Mark, if your abuelita was sitting right here, front row, what do you think you would want her to feel?
I would, oh my God, that's such a great question. I would want her to feel like she always did whenever she was at my shows, which is just proud of me, proud that I was taking it very seriously to be an ambassador, you know, an ambassador of our family, an ambassador of our culture, an ambassador of my city, you know, New York City and the Bronx, and also, you know, an ambassador for Puerto Rico, like for my Caribbean culture, you know? And so I always make sure that I'm the positive voice and never the negative, you know what I mean? So I know that wherever she is, she's proud that I'm continuing not only being funny, but being graceful, you know, and being humble.
Well, listen, it's been an honor.
Thank you.
To have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Behind the laughter is a great love, one built by two extraordinary people. His abuelita, who gave him heart, and Papi Tony, who gave him strength. And that's the power of the American dream. Thanks for joining me today for this powerful story of family, laughter, and love. I am your sparkling host, Joanna Concepcion, selling real estate from New York to Connecticut, and now Mexico. This is the American Dream. Until next time, adios.